Good afternoon, Anthony Aniano here from RotoBaller Radio and rotoballer.com with your fantasy baseball waiver wire for Week 10. The week beginning Monday, June 2nd. Yeah, crazy that we're already entering the month of June of your fantasy baseball season. 2 months down, about 4 months to go here, and hopefully we're in contention. We're making a run, and if we're not, maybe making some changes to help us improve our place in the standings. As always, full disclosure, recording this on a Thursday, May 29th, so numbers can change, promotions, demotions may occur, injuries as well. We use our Yahoo roster percentages, trying to find players available in 50% or more of Yahoo leagues at the time of this recording. And we'll start with a couple of hitters and big surge in power and some surprising names, maybe not available in your deeper leagues, maybe available in more shallow formats, but we'll try to cover them all. But we start in Tampa Bay with second baseman Brandon Lowe. First base, second base eligible. 44% rostered on Yahoo, available in 56% of leagues. So right on the fringe here of what we talk about. Over the last 14 days, 375, 6 home runs, 10 RBIs, and a stolen base. Scorching hot is the Tampa Bay Ray infielder. Up to 11 homers and 30 RBIs on the season, with a .249 batting average. Kind of doing what he's done in the past when healthy for Tampa Bay. A ton of power, average batting average at best, but nonetheless a productive middle infield option. Up second, Baltimore Oriole first baseman, outfielder, eligible DH Ryan O'Hearn, who continues to remain under-rostered in Yahoo formats. He is available in 78% of Yahoo leagues. He's rostered in only 22%. And I get it, he is a platoon player, but he's on the strong side of that platoon. Over the last 14 days, Ryan O'Hearn hitting .442 with 2 homers, 7 RBIs. On the season, he's now up to 9 home runs and 21 RBIs while hitting .338. He's essentially giving you 3 main categories. Not much speed, only 2 stolen bases, but he has been a bright spot in a dismal Baltimore Orioles season. First base, outfield eligible. Makes him corner infield eligible as well. Another player mentioned here, I believe last week, but I'll bring him back again. Chicago White Sox third baseman, first base eligible, outfield eligible, Miguel Vargas. 17% rostered, makes Vargas 83% available. Last 14 days, 333, 5 home runs, 11 RBIs. On the season now, batting average is up to .245, and the power plays with 8 home runs, 26 RBIs, and 1 stolen base. This White Sox team is not good, but there are fantasy-relevant players. Mentioning him for the second week in a row, Vargas, a former top prospect in the Dodgers organization. Staying with the Chicago White Sox, I mentioned him last week as well, Chase Medroith. Second base, shortstop, third base eligible, playing shortstop mostly for the White Sox. He's 32% available in 68% of leagues, and a little bit different than the Vargases, O'Hearns, and Brandon Lowe's that I've mentioned, in that Chase Medroith, not much power, but he brings a speed component if that's the category you're missing. And right now, that's where we should be in our fantasy teams, checking the standings and filling voids, not by position, but by category. So if you need stolen bases, Medroith, over his last 14 days, is hitting .340, only 1 home run, but 5 stolen bases on the season now. .286 with 8 stolen bases on the year. Now going back to power, I've mentioned Vargas, O'Hearn, and Brandon Lowe. We'll take a look in San Diego at Gavin Sheets. First base, outfield eligible. 20% rostered, 80% available. And on the season now, he's up to 11 home runs and 34 RBIs while hitting .275. That's in part to a hot last 14 days in the power department. 6 homers, 12 RBIs over the last 14 for Gavin Sheets, hitting .234 over those 14 days, lowering his batting average to a still very respectable .275. Like I said, Gavin Sheets available in 88% of leagues. One more speed option to take a look at out of the outfield in Tampa Bay. I mentioned him a few weeks ago. Chandler Simpson, the rookie. Over the last 14 days, he's hitting .324 with 9 stolen bases. On the season now, he's already up to 16 steals while hitting .286. No power to speak of, no home runs, only 11 RBIs. So you're looking at a guy who's going to give you speed, decent batting average, and some runs. So fill the categories as needed. Power, speed, I've given you some options there. Finally, one other hitter to mention at catcher, if needed, Miami Marlins catcher Agustin Ramirez, the 5th-ranked catcher in fantasy baseball over the last 14 days. He's available in 66% of Yahoo leagues, 267, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs over the last 14. On the season now, 262, 7 homers, 17 RBIs. If you're stuck with the Francisco Alvarez's of the world, make the switch. Go get Agustin Ramirez of the Miami Marlins. Now, if you're in need of pitching, a couple of starters to be mindful of. Noah Cameron of the Kansas City Royals, 74% available, rostered in 26% of leagues. Over the last 14 days, he's made 3 starts, 19 strikeouts in those starts, 19 and a third innings. But the ERA sparkles at 1.40, and the whip shines even brighter at 0.78. He's got 1 win over those last 19 and a third innings. On the season now, Noah Cameron, 16 strikeouts in 25 and 2/3. It's really his downfall, as he does pitch to contact, not a ton of strikeouts. But the ERA is at 1.05 on the season. The whip is at 0.82. The batting average against, a minuscule 144, and he's got 2 wins. The question with Noah Cameron as we roll into the weekend is, when is his next start? Seth Lugo's coming back from injury this weekend. Cole Reagans is coming back soon. Chris Bubeck is already there. Lorenzen is already there. So the question becomes, where does and when does Noah Cameron get his next start? So be mindful of that as you get ready to place your fab bids. Landon Roop of the San Francisco Giants, 18% rostered. He's available in 82% of leagues. Surprisingly low for somebody who's already got 56 innings and is kind of locked in that Giants rotation. Over the last 14 days, Landon Roop, 14 strikeouts in 16 innings pitched, an ERA of 0.56. Now, the whip runs a little high. He's averaging over 3 walks per 9 innings. So even though the ERA is 0.56, the whip is at 1.31. Now, his last start, he did get bounced around a little bit. Most of the runs were unearned, which attributes to that low ERA. He's got 1 win over the last 14 days. But on the season, Landon Roop, 56 strikeouts and 56 innings pitched. You take that, a 3.54 ERA. Like I mentioned, the whip a little higher than you want, though, at 1.43. 3 wins on the season. That Giant team getting by with their pitching. His next start, Wednesday, June 4th, against the San Diego Padres. Making his return to baseball after 2 years out with injury, Houston Astros starter Lance McCullers Jr. Now, Ronel Blanco goes out for the year, kind of cementing McCullers even more in their rotation. McCullers is available in 93% of leagues. Over the last 14 days, 22 strikeouts in 14 and a third. So there's your strikeout artist on the waiver wire. On the season, McCullers, 26 strikeouts in 18 and a third. Now, over the last 14, his ERA is 3.14. On the season, it's 5.89. But keep in mind that in his second start of the season, he only got 1 out. He pitched a third of an innings and got completely destroyed. So that skewed that ERA through the roof. No wins on the season. But part of the reason I like McCullers right now, he does have a 2-start week coming up. Tuesday, June 3rd against Pittsburgh. You'll love that for your strikeouts. And then Sunday, June 8th at the Cleveland Guardians. One more starter to be mindful of in your deepest of formats. Cleveland Guardians starter Slade Cecconi. He's available in 97% of leagues. On the season now, since getting recalled, 14 strikeouts and 11 innings pitched and a 3.27 ERA, 1.09 whip, and a batting average against of only 2.33. Now, he starts Saturday, the 31st of May, against the Angels, and then the following Saturday, June 7th, against the Houston Astros. 2 relief pitcher closer situations to be mindful of. Chicago Cubs are now locked in with Daniel Palencia as their closer. 3 saves over the last week, 4 saves over the last 14 since he's taken over that closer role for Ryan Presley and Porter Hodge got injured. He's only rostered in 11% of leagues. He's available 89% of leagues. Is Palencia. I believe I even mentioned him last week. Over the last 14 days, 8 strikeouts, 6 2/3 innings, and all 4 of his saves with a 2.70 ERA. On the season now, his ERA is 1.83, 21 strikeouts in 19 2/3 innings, those 4 saves I mentioned, and a batting average against of 132. And finally, just last night, Wednesday night, after the Giants game, Giants manager has announced they're making a change at closer. Camilo Doval, the former All-Star, getting his job back as the closer for the San Francisco Giants. He's available in 51% of leagues. On the season, 20 strikeouts and 23 and a third with a 1.16 ERA and a 0.73 ERA. Batting average against for Doval on the season, tiny, 117. He's got 3 wins and 5 saves already this year as a fill-in closer. Now he's locked in. He's got the 9th inning going forward for the San Francisco Giants. So to recap, my top ads for Week 10, the week beginning Monday, June 2nd, for your fantasy baseball season. Hitters, Brandon Lau, Tampa Bay Rays. Ryan O'Hearn, Baltimore Orioles. Miguel Vargas and Chase Medroth of the Chicago White Sox. Gavin Sheets of the San Diego Padres. And Chandler Simpson of the Tampa Bay Rays. If you need a catcher, Agustin Ramirez of the Miami Marlins. My top pitcher ads for Week 10, the week beginning Monday, June 2nd. Starters, Noah Cameron, Kansas City Royals. Landon Root, San Francisco Giants. Lance McCullers Jr. of the Houston Astros. Slade Ciccone of the Cleveland Guardians. And relief pitchers, Daniel Palencia of the Cubs and Camilo Doval of the San Francisco Giants. As always, everybody, thanks for watching. Head over to rotoballer.com, sign up for any of our premium passes, use the promotional code ACES. Like and subscribe right here to the RotoBaller YouTube channel, and give me a follow on X at Aniano Fantasy. Thanks for watching, folks. We will see you next time right here on RotoBaller Radio.